Coming up from week 2 of the Basketball Champions League. Hope you enjoyed the first week. Plenty of exciting, close and highly entertaining games last week. What can we expect from Group A? Well, we're going to be watching Aris of Greece hosting the Bakken Bears of Denmark in this particular group, which at the moment has 4 unbeaten teams in it. Nymburk, AS Monaco, Banvit and Aris. And the home crowd are very optimistic, probably with a great deal of reason. As we look at tonight's games, you can see there are only one game underway affecting this group. That's Nymburk against Naria. And to be off at the same time, one of the other games, and there's a later tip at 8:30 Central European time. So this is the Group A standings as they are. As you see, 4 teams came through unscathed from week 1. Nymburk, Monaco, Banvit and also the home team here. And a win under their belt, a low-scoring 62-54 victory against Slovenia Helios Suns. A nip and tuck encounter in which Vasilis Kavadas led all scorers on 16, and another Vasilis Xantopoulos had 10 rebounds. Here are the Bakken Bears line up for tonight, after by the Dane Stefan Vik. And well, last week in their loss to Shez Nymburk, they were way too hot to handle for them in Aarhus. 2 of the scorers, Mike Gessel and Devon, Akun and Purcell, each scored 16. Actually, Dwayne Benjamin also made double figures with 10, but they are very reliant pretty much on 3 players. And it's going to be those 3 will have to come up with the goods tonight if they're going to force the Greeks deep into this game. There is their lineup, as you already see from the amount of numbers. Pretty much a deeper bench in terms of quality, in terms of internationals, in terms of junior internationals, and plenty of stars for them. There's one of the men is going to need to do the business for the Danes tonight. That's Devon Akun Purcell, 16 points from him last week. Mike Gessel, 16 also. And that's the top of that table. Not looking good for Bakken at the moment because of that heavy reverse last week. They find themselves bottom of the table. To join them because of a points differential with Fraport Skyliners. Need to get their season going. Need to get it going pretty quickly as well. The Greeks were around a long time as a club. 1922 they were formed. 10 times Greek champions, 8 times Greek cup holders. The Danes, comparatively, because certainly they've only been around for a lot shorter time, have done very well. 14 Danish championships since they were formed in 1954 as Aarhus. And Danish cups, they have 10. They're certainly thinking that maybe they can cause an upset. It was a surprise, I think, last week, really, in the opening game, was just how low scoring the Maciej Aris was. They've got a lot of firepower in here, which didn't quite fire as they would have wanted, but the Danes, rather worryingly for them, rather drifted away in the game. They were scoring well early on, and then it all kind of tailed off towards the end. And Aris surely on this court with a crowd behind them, will be thinking this is theirs to go 2-zip. Danes, however, would not like their position at the moment at the bottom of the table, so that's something they want to rectify as soon as possible. So we know the starting 5s for the home side. Kristoffersen, sorry, for the away team. Kristoffersen, Gessel, Diouf, Lerche and Benjamin. That will be their starting 5. And the 5 for the home team. Just going on the court right now, just being introduced. Coaches of both teams, Dimitris Priftis is the man in charge of the home team, Aris. Court very much in their colours, kind of yellow and orangey, and there's the orange outfit that will be worn by Aris tonight. So if you look at their numbers and look at what they're capable of doing in terms of depth, there's a bit more probably there for the home team. Macon Bears, if early indications are anything to go by, are going to be relying very much on 3 players. Born Akun Basel with his 16 last week. I guess with his 16. Adal Darbo, in terms of rebounds, is an important man to watch. Registered too many points last week. Here are our officials for tonight. Croatia, Serbia and Bulgaria is where they come from. Zai, Marušić and Horozov are our 3 officials for this basketball Champions League match, week 2. Second game for these teams, all aiming hopefully to get beyond this stage and work their way into the next stage. And of course the culmination of this event may seem a long way off, but those with heady aspirations and ambitions will be looking at April to see what they can do. That's the starting 5 then for Macon Bears. Dwayne Benjamin, Thomas Lercher, Todd Diouf, Mike Gessel, joint top scorer last week, and not with a K but with a C, Chris Christopherson. I don't think he'll be singing us any songs from A Star Is Born tonight. And there's Stefan Vick, who's the Danish coach. So hopefully they don't tail away like they did last week, because they had a decent start in their match last week and it all kind of crumbled away in the last quarter. Great start for Aris last week, and that's their 5. Devin Marble, Will Cummings, and of course we're looking very much to see what could happen with Dragicevic, who was selected by the Utah Jazz back in 2006. Actually got to play for them, but selected in the second round of draft in the NBA in 2006. So there's found his way around different parts of Europe. And here he is playing for Aris. Send you a picture there. The captain of Aris, Sparos Mortos. First year of a 3-year contract with Aris. So we got medals, gold and silver for the under-20s going back a few years for Greece. So regular season, Group A, game day 2. 4 teams with wins last week. Let's see whether we're going to get the same ones coming through unscathed this week. Aris, in case you hadn't already worked out, because of the colour scheme of the court, will be in yellow for the most part. It's a canary or banana yellow if you prefer. Aris. And in the blue for Denmark, here's the Macon Bears. Get one of the Danish internationals, Thomas Lercher, wearing number 8. First tip won by the Greeks. Buckner. It to Cummings. Cummings just trying to set things around the perimeter, and immediately foul on the play. Quick one on Lurker. That was just 11 seconds. Cummings to put the ball back into play. 15 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. Marble. So the drive goes around the perimeter. We'll wait for the reply, just changing places there. Little alternate. Ball up for two, and that will count. Or will it not? No, it won't, because the buzzer had gone. No, they have given it. It was a shot clock, but actually did get in right on the hoop at the time the buzzer went. So first two for Aris. Ball then stripped away. A quick break for Marble. Going to go to the hoop, but doesn't finish it off. Did all the hard work. Took the strip, took the charge, took the chase, and then didn't have what it took to put those two down. And again, the strip to the ball. A bit more physical early on here, Aris. That's going to fall to nobody, but they're going to get a reset. It's a 14, and a three-point attempt finds its way through. So the first three-point option taken by Lurker is a successful one. And Bakken on the board, and they've taken the lead. Will be the slender one at this stage. Three-pointer working. Marble. Cummings. Again, forceful. Has to go for the shot he probably wasn't really quite set to do. Puts it back again to Marble, and it'll go from outside for a three-point attempt, which is way short. And Bakken can bring it away. And Kristoffersen looks to his right. The foul is called. Foul is on Eric Buckner. And that will be 3 from the line from earlier on. Ball out of bounds. It is still Aris ball. Been sharp focus early in this game. Marble up for one, and there's the two, which is put away in the end by Eric Buckner. Foul on the play too, so it's going to go back to the line for the extra one. Nicely taken, and yeah, pretty much sandwiched out of it. Foul, not quite a double foul. Free. To Buckner, who will add the bonus and put Aris 2 points in front early stages. Essel, so impressive last week with his 16, looking to get his first 2 of the game. Little finger roll, and that will do the job very nicely to tie the game at 5. Cummings being kept very tight to halfway. Marble goes to baseline and draws the foul. And got a few accumulating very early here. It's Kristoffersen, the man who fouls him in the act of shooting. No basket interference, I don't think, on that. There was a hand there, but the ball will come back off the ring, so stays at 5-5, but 2 free throws for Marble to take. Goes to which finds the target. In and out, so 1 for 2 for Marble. So a chance for the Danes to reclaim that lead again. Go a long way around. Gessel getting a lot of hassle and pressure from Cummings. Not having an easy ride there. Benjamin. Pull inside, up he goes for the jump of a 2. Not going to drop, but he will get the free throws. with 4.6 left on that shot clock. Let's reset as they go back to the free throw line. First foul on Mortos. And this one will be first 2 for Thomas Lerche. Ties the game at 6. Well, again, only 1 for 2. So free throws both sides going in begging early stages. Cummings. Very closely guarded, as you might imagine. Marble has to go a long way around and drives the basket. Foul's not on him. Where's the foul on him? Yes, it is. As he goes hurtling into the backboard. Yeah. Just lost his footing. Caught him, clipped him on the way down. So Kristoffersen picks up a couple of early fouls on this one. Has a quick chat to the officials, but I don't think it was too many qualms about giving that one. Yep, 2 for 2 for Marble this time. Who retake that 2-point lead. On 3 points, Lerche on 4 for the respective teams. Scorers at the moment. Another steal, another breakaway, another chance here for Cummings to lay it up for 2 and get the and 1. Marble is causing no end of problems around that end. They're finding it very difficult to keep him quiet. He's been fouled on so many occasions now. I think that Stefan Vick wants to just have a little chat to his charges to try and get things sorted on the court. The home team just starting to get into a little bit of a groove now.
Don't hesitate, okay? We got 2 fouls to give. And we are in the bonus. Let's play next offense 2 down again for him, okay?
Hey, he might run into me. I'm gonna take a charge next time.
Listen, every time that you go aggressive and the big man stays here, get him out of the dribble, you understand?
Respective thoughts of the coach of Aris, Dimitri Priftis, and Stefan Vick at the other end. And you see, at times there's been a turnover for the team in yellow, and pretty much every time they've got a bonus to go with it as well, as they have on this occasion as well. And now leading scorer with 5 on the ball, Devin Marble. Again, having a problem from free throw range. 10-point lead though for the home side. Kessel. Sutsai will get the return. And there's the offensive foul against the Danes. Must be getting pretty close to team foul trouble now. I think that's the 3rd for Kristoffersen, is it? Because if it is, picking up 3 very early fouls, and 3 in the first 3 minutes 40. So he'll have to go sit it out for a little while. Cummings. Cummings and Lerche never too far apart. Marble will go around the perimeter if he can. Might have to just cut back again and bring in Dragicevic, who's getting a little taste of the action. Cummings, and they've given it away. A few turnovers already in this game, mostly from the team in blue, but they get one themselves this time. It's a little jumper doesn't quite work, and the spoils collected by Marble. Marble looking maybe for the pass over the top, which didn't quite come, didn't have the option he was looking for that time. Dragicevic and put it inside for Cummings, who drives to the basket pretty much unhindered, and that will put the points tally up to 12, and the lead, biggest of the game, up to 6. Diouf, Benjamin, 3, which will not drop, they'll get the rebound. Good work by Lurker. We'll get another chance here to go for the 2. It's about the 3rd opportunity, and then they'll go for the 3. That doesn't drop, so that's what 4 attempts on the basket, none of which found their range. Easy reclaim for Morotovs, their captain. At the moment, comedy of errors in terms of trying to find a way in. Benjamin up for 2 this time, that's better. Positive work, thought I'm going to take this all on by myself, why not? Nobody else is doing the work, and there's foul. Foul. As we look at the rejection on the Lurker shot. The other end, Benjamin decides time to do some of the hard yards himself. Well, oh, it looks like a technical on the coach. Stefan Vick not happy with that. He's got a technical himself. So Marble, his free throws haven't been great so far, and there's another one that's not particularly impressive. He's got 5 points, but plenty of free throws have gone a-begging for him and for his team. Just 1 for 3 from field goal range, and there is 1 for 2 on this occasion from free throw range. So the lead up to 5. No support really arriving rather belatedly, but they get the 2. It was going down, and will count. Marble. Dragicevic. Again, up and in. Nice aesthetically pleasing play, but still 2 points nonetheless. Harris get a 5-point lead. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Didn't have any other options on, really. Looked up to Diouf and thought, well, okay, it'll have to be mine because I don't see anybody else I can give this to. Me on the other end, an instant reply, instant retort. And that's 2 more for Aris. Jenkins with the 2. Buckner goes and sits it out for a bit. Change in personnel, substitution entering the fray. Jenkins looks to put the ball back in play. Santopoulos, who was really impressive with his rebounds last week. It's double figures in their opening win. Dragicevic. Jenkins up for 3. That's beautiful, just floated in there. They touched the side, minimum of effort, but 3 points nonetheless. That lead now up to 8 points. Diouf again having to twist and turn and go from side to side because there wasn't any particular options, and that one's going to dribble back out. Foul committed, I think, by Jenkins under the hoop. Yep. Michael Serelis comes in, Jenkins goes out on one foul. No, he's going to stay in. In also comes Theodoros Zaras, rotating their bench, and Devin Marble, leading scorer in the game with 7, has a little sit down. That one doesn't drop, and at the other end they're going to retort with 2 more. At the moment, just nothing quite working for the Danes. Everything working okay, pretty well. Now starting to get into the groove for Aris. Lead double digits for the very first time in the game. Everson. Aris foul. There's their coach. Very cash with that tie. Was at half mast. Tserelis with that foul. Darboe. Darboe for Bears. And again, another turnover. Tserelis, good rejection though, first attempt, and good interception at the second attempt. So there was a fairly easy 2, it would seem, there initially. That's the steal, and really good work by Akun Purcell at the other end to just get his hand on the ball just as the shot was being taken. Just holding them off for the time being, but is that only a temporary reprieve? No, that 3-pointer doesn't drop. So the boys in blue can come back the other end. Darboe looking for a way through to get to Christiansen, or rather Akun Purcell. And there is the foul, so there'll be 2 to come from the line. Players never agree with fouls, do they? Jenkins said he didn't agree there. He's trying to make himself as big as possible, make himself as huge an obstacle, and well, that's the way the ref sees it. So that 10-point lead can be trimmed here by 2. Well, that one thought about it. Did not drop, so 2 for 2s are at a premium tonight on both sides. Purcell scored 16 last week. Off and running now from the free throw line as we get towards the tail end of period 1. Santopoulos, a quick break, and they're going to get it back again, and just couldn't get that ball under control. So the home side has it, and there's the foul from Akun Purcell, and they're just getting a little bit frustrated as the team fouls have registered more than 5, so they'll go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. David Christiansen, first of 2. Back up to 10. 2 well taken free throws means it's 11 points now, the advantage early stages, and they're double teaming to stop the release. 3-pointer from the corner, not going to quite find its target. They go from much further out. Yeah, oh, it doesn't work either. Still get the rebound, but couldn't keep it in play. Another one of those phases of play where 2 or 3 rebounds go back to the men in blue, but they can't do anything with it in the end. Jenkins quickly gets the ball in to Poulos. Tserelis, and the 3-point attempt is short from Zaras. Again, they have to go into the corner for the 3, and those 3s just aren't dropping. So there was a 1 early on, but since then, in that kind of range, they've been found wanting at the other end. However, they are falling, and that's the biggest lead of the game so far, as Theodoros Zaras scores his 3. Jenkins has gone to lead all scorers with 7 for the home side. And 3-point attempts at the other end didn't drop. 3-point attempt this end does. And Aris now have more than twice the points that Bakken have achieved, but they are on the free throw line to try and reclaim a couple here. Adama Davo. That's a 2. Yeah, again, only 1 for 2, and that's been the story of the free throws from the Danish team so far. Nice hook shot, nice reward, nice 2 points too for Carlos Serrales. 15 now the lead, getting rather ominous from a Danish point of view. Kristoffersen back in after picking up those early fouls, and it's the big man they need. 2 meters 18, and the foul will be called on the Dane. Foul called on Devon Akun-Purcell. So Hudson Aris back to the free throw line. So referee judging. The Bakken Bears player was the one who impeded, so that will send Marble to the free throw line. And there's Chris Kristoffersen, who doesn't seem happy with anything at the moment, so he wasn't happy with those early fouls. And technical has been called, so it's home side ball. Home side going to the free throw line, and another foul committed, and they are accumulating like wildfire, these fouls. Morten Sarlitz this time. Saras increases that lead to 17. Not a second one. It's not a case of only 1 for 2. Davo. So a way through. Not quite, but they will get the ball. Last touch, I think, came off an Aris player, or did it? Let's have a look. No. Last touch was off a Bakken Bears player. So last offense of this quarter will belong to the man in yellow, unless they take a quick option, which they don't really need to. They can just take their time, because the shot clock and game clock are the same. In fact, a slight differential working in their favour on the game clock. So they'll have a chance for get the ball inbound to get a shot away, just to finish off this quarter. Half a second on the clock. Of course, the clock doesn't restart until the ball is in play. They're going to call a timeout on the Aris bench to talk about this play. 17 points, the differential. 7 from Jenkins, top scoring, and Lurker for the Danes.
Actually, Devin, be like this. Same level with back, but make a fake. Don't set the pick, and then come and set this pick. No, do it from here, back. You got to set the pick. Sarah all the way to side, but side here and back. After the pick, slip the screen. Farah, you pass. Understand? Okay. deep. Sana to the corner and alley-oop. Okay.
Officials watching the time very closely. One of those players back on the court. And there's only half a second remaining. That's long enough for one more chance. Well, haven't been too many of those at the and the Danish team are attacking, and plenty of those at the other end. Jenkins, who leading scorer at the moment with 7. Good rejection at the other end, and very few times the Danes have actually got the better of their Greek opponents. So, half a second, get the ball in play, immediate shot required. We've already talked about this, and took too long. Took too long getting the ball in bounds, timed out. So, all they talked about in the timeout comes to nothing because it just took too long to get the ball in play. And officials say, right, it's turnover. Well, not much you can do from that end of the court, though, I wouldn't have thought, unless he's going to go for a 3-point attempt from long range. Got to do that, really. That's up, and it's way short. So first quarter, a very big score. Aris 31, Baka Bears 14, lead of 17. It was relatively tight early on, but the home side have really come to play. 7 from Jenkins, 6 from Marble, 5 from Zaras, 3 from Buckner, the ones who are on court at the moment, and very little coming back in the other direction. Top scorer is Lurker with 4. 3-point attempts have been not good at all for the Danes. Not that impressive really for Aris either, but only 14% for Bakken. At the moment, all the boards are pretty much being led by Aris, apart from the rebounds actually. Rebounds, the Danes are doing slightly better. They've got loads of rebounds and getting loads of second and third phase play, but unable to do anything with it. A couple of blocks, turnovers, you can see 7-1 in Bakken's favour. Actually the reverse, of course, because those are up against their numbers. So at the moment it's a big job to hold themselves back into it. Just have a quick look at some of the highlights, which mainly I think will feature the team in yellow. Big first quarter, 31 points. So a couple of teams have had 30 so far, but it's been a rarity. To put 2 final points on it, what the Danes need is the man who's on the ball now to do what he did last week. Come up with 16, because that would certainly help their cause. But again, it's another interception, although that ball stayed in play. Has for him, just lost his footing there, did Sylvester Berg. Certainly more physical of the two teams, and another strip, another steal, another chance to make the Danes pay on D. They're doing all right in that respect, and the hook shot's not effective this time, so Nessel will come away with it. So they need a big game for him. They need him to drive and try and find a way through. That's better, much better from Bakken Bears. Problem is, they need a lot more of that from Chris Christopherson. He's got the worry of having all those X's against his name so far. Too many fouls early on. It's kind of impeded his game as he was taken out of the action for quite some time. Here's Cummings. It goes for three and it rattles its way around the jaws and in. .316. Nice play. That's not going to be blue ball. It is. Eventually, Gustafsson gets stripped of it yet again. Interception. This time from Lurker. Up for three. Out and straight back into the clutches of the men in yellow. And not hanging around as Marble knocks it back out for three. Come back to him for three. This time just checks his footing and puts it away for three. He will go to 9 points with that. First approaching double figures as the lead goes to 20. Can just have no answers, just stepping inside for a long two. And that is what is required, but a lot more of it from the Danes. Number 12. Okay. Keep his man quite for very long. Stevenson, sorry, Sorelis. The ball is turned over. That's the attempt, and that's the long two from Mike Gessel. First foul on Eric Buckner for the home team. Look at advance it. A bit more tempo required here. Still waiting on the edge of that 3-point sector. Now he'll start to drive, just transferring it from one hand to the other. Nice spin move and a nice attempt, but it doesn't drop for Benjamin. And that's been the story of it. And every single time they just miss out, they're made to pay for it at the other end by Marble. That's up, it's going to roll in and out. They'll get the rebound and they'll go to the line for two. Yeah, hanging around. Just make your opponent suffer. That's exactly what Tevin Marble's doing. So he goes to 11 points personal. And that lead to 20 again. Purcell, first two. Three for four from free throw range. Substitution made by the home team. 18 points now, the differential between the Greeks and the Danes. You're trying a full court press, see if they can keep the Aris players down that end. They do get the rebound this time. They have rebounded very well. Just what they've done with the other end has not been quite as spectacular. There again, relatively easy layup. It goes around the ring and back again, and there's a foul. No, it's travel violation on the way to the hoop. Rather quizzical look. That is what is given. Gessel now just changed places, trying to work his way into the key, and then back out it comes again, and this time the rebound falls obligingly to Aris. Cummings. Backing in, backing in, backing in. It's good D, really good D, fantastic D by the Danes. Need a bit more of that. Just didn't allow him in. Just kept the right kind of distance away to make sure there was no foul called. And at the other end, nice little layup by Lurker for 2. And that's the most impressive passage of play we've seen from the Danes so far. Cummings. Good ball rotation, and the end product is there from their leading scorer tonight, Devon Marble. Goes to 14 points and has some chance to make some more here. Diouf. That's a nice, easy bucket for Dwayne Benjamin. Opening up a bit more coast to coast at the moment. It's going one into the other. Savic. It's thrown away. So Xantopoulos checks out. And we'll look at the move on baseline. They were moving around nicely, but there's not much you can do from that kind of range when Marble's in this kind of form. Kessel. Lurker. Benjamin. Work his way inside the shot clock down to 6. There's the shot and there's the foul committed. So that'll be 2 free throws to come. First foul on the Aris number 17. Just got his hand right on the hand of his opponent. Easy call for the referee to make. Some sack. Yep, 2 from the free throw line this time from Akun Purcell. So the lead is trimmed to 15. Has been 20, 15. See if they can hold things up at the other end. Very difficult man to hold up at the moment is Devon Marble. There's the foul. Committed by Dwayne Benjamin. That's what's really frustrating Stefan Vick right now is there's some quite good things happening with the Danes, but not enough of them and not for long enough. So they've got it back to 15. They might well find themselves 17 adrift after this. 2 free throws. Yep, first one from Stackett is in. Sack with the second, which doesn't fall, and the rebound is claimed by the Danes. Can maybe get a bit of momentum going here with Darboe. Darboe again, get very, very tightly to that sideline, and then it's stripped away from them again. There's the foul committed by Michael Diouf. Yeah, frustrating game for the coach because you can see his team trying hard, doing some good things, but every now and again that game plan just falls apart, and that's where Aris are capitalising and taking full advantage when and where they can. Cummings, Captain Murtos, try and work his way inside. Big man's gonna go all the way, but that's not the most cultured of shots. Second one would be more effective though, and from shorter range he gets the 2. Darboe. He's been finding room very hard to come by. Here comes the three-point attempt. There's one at last. Devon Akun-Purcell, only the second three-pointer of the game to find its range. Just when they needed it. An important one. 1 for 2 so far from outside. Trying to keep him on halfway, and that's just out of play. Unlucky. Interception nearly made by Akun-Purcell, was nearly away for an unguarded 2, but couldn't keep it in play. Doss, St. Cummings, threaded that through the eye of a needle. Brilliant too, really brilliant too. He had to go through an arch to get some room to find his way to the hoop, but he managed it. So let's to the other end with 2. So they're trading baskets at the moment. And that should be a steal, and that will be Harris ball. Should have probably made more of that. He did well to get back, and yeah, the last touch did come off the Bakken player. Harris steals to 3 for Bakken. Bakken doing a little bit better on rebounds, but not able to profit from it in terms of points. Toss will go into the paint and will go back out again just to make himself available. Doesn't need to on this occasion. Everything was taken care of quite comfortably. So let's acting as a screen there. Darboe bounce pass to Everson. Everson's hook shot is not on the way down when it's pushed out, so that 2 does not count. Well, there seems to be a player light there. Again, the Bakken players just losing their footing. He says, let's slow this down. 8 seconds still remaining. A lot of time. Set this shot up. Let's make sure it's a telling one. And 2.3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Substitutions about to be made. All the balls put in bounds by Will Cummings. Back into the play comes Sylvester Berg. Lurker will sit down. Back to the boys in blue, and here comes Darboe. Darboe then gets the ball ripped away from him. Yeah, it's a kind of frustrating day, isn't it? You're almost there, but not quite. Good drive, and then just the hand of Cummings coming in to stop him advancing for the shot. So I'm worried about the cameraman sitting under the hoop at that point, but I think he's okay. Oh, is she putting those away? Last touch. Zaras for Harris. Cummings seems to have a lot of time. Drive it to the baseline, up for 3 points. And Murtos, the captain, gives them another 20-point lead. That's where it was at one stage. They trimmed it a little bit to the Danes, but it's back to 20 again. Little finger roll. Nice work this time by Sylvester Berg. His first 2 of the game. Need a lot more than that. Cummings will drive. Cummings will put it up and will be short. Everson will have it for the Danes. Back to Darboe. looking at his options, there really is only one to go into the corners for three. And that is a successful three, and a very important one from Sylvester Berg. So that's back-to-back baskets for him. Other end, there's two. Foul by Zaras on Darboe. The three-point attempt from Sylvester Berg, not just an attempt, but a ball that found its way through. And there's a three at the other end. And there's a nicely positioned finger roll from Berg for the two, so he scored 5 on a roll. And that will be fouled by Zaras, who's accumulating a few fouls here. Second foul for him. I think they're going into foul trouble now, so to the line will go. It's Christopherson, is it? Nope, no, it's Sylvester Berg again, so he's the man scoring pretty much all the points at the moment for them. Two for two from the free throw line to add to the 3 and the 2 got previously, so on a good run of point scoring. Here's Sylvester Berg. Notice at the other end. Managed to escape that trap. Oh, beautifully done. Dragicevic for 3. Nice work by Flunis in the first place to work his way free and to give it to Dragicevic, who drains the 3 to put it back to 18. 56-38. There's no way inside. They got the rebound, get the secondary rebound, and they put it away for 2. Another 2 from Berg. And that's the end of the second quarter. And actually a more competitive one in the end in terms of points. First one definitely, without any question, dominated by the home side. 31 points to 14, but that was a much, much tighter second. In fact, in the end, the Wacken Bears winning it by a point, 26-25. But they have a big job to do to wrestle this match away, but they have made it competitive in the second at least. There are the stats. None of them looking particularly impressive apart from the free throws, which Wacken have in their territory. Rebounds, Wacken 8 from 15, 4 for 16, Aris. Turnovers, too many of those from a Wacken point of view. Fouls about the same. Scoreline not. 16-point differential at the halfway stage, and there are your leading scorers, and rebounds and assists. Arville with 14. Purcell with 10. And the other scorers, Berg with 9, Lurker with 6, 2 on 7 for the home side. And all that means is a big job for the Danes to do. Already, of course, with 1 defeat last week. The Greeks going for 2 wins in a row. And you would think, at this stage, well on their way to doing that. 56-40 at the break. Highlights coming up will be mainly featuring Team in Yellow, I suspect. Hello, welcome back to the Nick Gallis Hall in Thessaloniki. Week 2 of the Basketball Champions League. That man on your right has a few things to think about. His team trails by 16 at halftime. That man would be much happier. Dimitris Priftis. His team have pretty much done what he wanted them to do, although actually they didn't win the second quarter. They won the first by a streak, 31-14. Second one, however, much tighter. In fact, just edged by the Danes by a point, 26-25. But pretty much all the other stats, it's looking good for Aris. 14 points from Devon Marble, leading all scorers. Only player so far into double figures. And on his side, on the other side, Devon Akun Purcell also on 10. Well, I suppose that the positive and the upward inflection, as we hear the coaches before we get second half underway. Is that at least they won that second quarter, right, narrowly, marginally, but they did win it. But they have to try and find a way, some way, to get themselves back in this by, well, just in increments, I suppose. Win this by 5 or 6 and then try and reduce that deficit. Probably too many 3-point and 2-point attempts not finding their range at the moment, but that can change. Bit of momentum. Benjamin amongst the starting 5 for Back and Bears as we get the second half underway. Third quarter with Aris, if you have just joined us, in the yellow. Danes playing from left to right in blue. First 3-point attempt perhaps coming of this second half. No, good rejection, good interception. And Kristoffersen, who didn't get much chance to show what he could do in the first because of early fouls, might get more of a chance in the second as Back and get the first 2 points of this third quarter. Dragicevic acting as the foil there, looking as the outlet man for the pass. He's going to back in and take the shot himself. He is going to do it all by himself. Rebound comes back and is put back in. 4-2 by Will Cummings. And lead of 16 is restored for the time being. Gessel. Benjamin. He'll have to go a long way around. Come back out again to start again, and up it goes for 2 and goes short. Rebound, however, resets 14 on the shot clock, but they've given it away, and they did that so many times in the first half, and they're probably going to pay for it this time. Well, no, they're not. They're going to get that ball. Well, a bit lucky there, and that was not put away by Jenkins. Just a little bit sloppy on occasions, and that time they had to atone for their mistake. Gessel. Diouf. No way inside, gonna have to come back outside again for Lurker. Scored the early points for them. Diouf down to 5. Here comes the 3-point attempt, which is just soft and comes back off the ring again. Here comes another one from slightly further out. This one's successful though. Thomas Lurker, the Danish international, does get the 3 points on this occasion. And that lead is trimmed to 13. Now if they get it into single figures, they might feel they're in a match here, or in a game at least, to turn this around. Jenkins. Try for the big man. There's no room under there. And the foul is committed. by Kristoffersson. Now it's either his third or his fourth. We'll get confirmation on the screen in a moment. If it's his fourth, then again he might be in for a little bit of a sit down here, because to accumulate those fouls very early on. Just away. Second one counts from Buckner, and lead back to 14. Gessel. Go to the net, as will Benjamin. Again, they'll have to double back on themselves again, because there's not the option for them. That one's going to be just shy of the hoop, and wrestled away by Jenkins. And again, looking for the quickish break at least. Here comes the three-point from a long, long way out. Well, it was nearly worth 3.5. Just a 3. And the rebound will be easily claimed by Cummings this time. Calls the play. Dragicevic. And there's the offensive foul from Eric Buckner. Yeah, basically backed in and took him out, is what he did. I think I can't have too many doubts about that. Well, he does have doubts about it, but it doesn't really matter because the officials already made their call, and it looked like a right one to me. Look at, and Gessel trying to combine now, so for fun away, but Gessel they know is a danger man, just trying to keep him quiet if they can. Benjamin trying to work his way inside and has to go back outside again, and Gessel's going to go towards the paint and along the baseline possibly, but no option there. So back out he comes and takes the drive with 3 seconds to go, and buff the backboard it comes, and away to safety, and away to safety for the Yellows, and Cummins doesn't put it away this time either. Benjamin, and gets fouled on the way to the hoop in the middle of the shot, so he'll get the 2 from the line. Great rejection on that shot from Gessel. And Benjamin goes to the line, dribbles out. Just got the 4 points so far. Hasn't got any from the free throw line yet. It's been a good time to score one. And he does. Oh, now, is that a contact lens problem for Cummings? Did he get something in the eye, or is that a contact lens that's just come adrift? I think it is the way he's doing that, yeah. As a former contact lens wearer myself, I know what that's like. Always a bit difficult to put it back in, so I think he's going to have to go out the game and come back in. Don't see that too often. Did he get hit? He caught him on the way through. Obviously that was inadvertent, but may well just have taken the contact lens out there as he clipped him on the way through. Presses on from the visitors. Marble still leads all scorers on 14. Looking for now maybe another 3-point attempt. Going to work his way into the paint for 2 that doesn't quite drop. Benjamin really trying to make things happen here. It's going to go all the way, and there's the jam. Plenty of it too from Dwayne Benjamin. Some players just like to step up and take authority and take control, and he looks like he's got every intent on doing that here. Dragicevic, and that's going to be travel, and maybe a little bit of a seed change here. Just 11 the lead now whence it was 20. Lovely jab. Next basket could be very important if they can keep possession. That's short. He knew that was going to be short, and there's the rebound. Doesn't get fouled. Thought he was going to get fouled, but they just kept their distance to make sure that wasn't the case, and the 2 will drop at the other end for Will Cummings. Should have been 2 at the other end and wasn't taken. Gessel thought about the drive. Doesn't drive. Puts it back to Akun Purcell, having to lean across. And the foul is called on Serelis, and they'll go to the line for 2. Second foul on Serelis. Free throws have not been good from the team in blue tonight, but that's an important one, as indeed they all are. Akun Purcell. Been down in double digits, the lead, for quite some time. It's getting that way. Lead now to just 11. So just 11, still quite a big gap, but nowhere near as big as it was. Anthopoulos kept at bay by Lurker, and that's good play again by the Danes, who are having a very good period. This third one, leading by 8-5. In fact, 10-5 now. That's going to be travel as well. Frustrating and annoying for Akun Purcell. A good chance to bring it into single digits, but there you go, there's the extra step. Actually not on that play. Yes, it was on that play. Now, the first half of this quarter has definitely belonged to the team in blue. But still a lot of work to do yet. Cummings will give that ball up. Lurker, and that is fouled by Xanthopoulos. Xanthopoulos, second foul from him. Darboe. No, they play it now. Christopherson back in the action again. Man just hovering on the free throw line there. Nice pass, backdoor pass, maybe a chance, and good work as the shot clock goes down to 3.6. End-line ball for the team in yellow. Darboe. Xanthopoulos. Ooh, they thought they had it. Thought they had the interception, but not to be. Cummings got there first and extends that lead back to 13. Darboe. Christopherson. Like a lighthouse at the moment, trying to find somebody. Finds Lurker. 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Something has to come now. That's not the best of shots. It's away right, bounces away left. That's easy claim for the team in yellow. Montas, captain. Good spin move, and then the hook shot doesn't quite work from Serelis. Need a bit more urgency here. That's back off the ring, and the rebound and the foul. Christopherson goes to how many now? Is that 4? It's got to be 4, isn't it? Or is it 5? Puts his hand up. Well, look on his face. That is him on 4, yeah. Not quite there on 5 yet. But he's out of the play. The big man who's kind of required as the fulcrum of this team is not going to be available for a bit. They're going to have to sit him out because there's too long in the game to risk him with just one foul remaining. Cummings, turn, Sereles, going to have to go back outside. Plenty of time to set this through. Well, there was plenty of time to set the 3 up, but good work. Good smothering work by the Danes. Will find a way through to the hoop, but again they can't make it drop. Tambadabu just doesn't quite have what it takes to penetrate this time. Cummings with plenty of time, not under pressure yet. Now can look for the jumper. Back outside to Murtos. And good cover. This is really good work. Is he going to get the chance? No, he's not. Good D. To make sure there was no proper way to get that shot away, but now they've got to capitalise at the other end and not give it away, and that's another travelling violation on Devon Akun Purcell, who just sits down and thinks, this is not my day. He is the leading scorer for the visitors with 12, but chances they've had to score baskets in this third quarter when they've been on top and they've not made it count. So 13 is the lead, was 11, and as big as 20. Cummings, Topoulos will be brought into play. This time Sereles. And foul is on Everson. Topoulos back on the free throw line. First one missing, second one not. It's him up to, that's his first point of the game. First point for the Aris number 4, and 14 points now is what they have in hand. Tavo, where are his options? Well, they're all kind of tied up at the moment. This one maybe is Akun Purcell, and that will be Aris ball. Jenkins get the ball inbounds. Cummins. Over halfway in the 8 seconds. Cummins will drive, put it back out maybe for the attempt, which is just off right from Sereles. Berg puts it back out. So way inside, just kind of stood off him, and the 2 points from Akun Purcell takes him to 14 points personal, takes the lead back to 12. For the home team, Jenkins. Defensively, the Danes have looked a very different outfit in the second half, whatever they talked about at half time. It's had a desired effect because they've looked much tighter. Remember, they conceded 31 in the first quarter alone. Up for two, Cummins. Not going to drop that. Diouf. Berg had a really good run in the last quarter where he scored a 3 or 2 and a couple of free throws. Here's Darboe. Bounce pass inside. That's nice. Lovely play. Really impressive play. That's the best of what we've seen from the Danes today. Diouf with the 2, and that's going to run out of time. Shot doesn't drop in time, though they actually managed to get the 2 points anyway. And that is a much more impressive 10 minutes from the Danish team than we saw hitherto. They won that. They won the last one as well by 26-25. Well, that was a much less open quarter than the first two were. The 31 and 25 scored by the home side, but they only contributed 8 points in that. 14 points scored by the Danes. And you have to wonder why it took so long for the game plan to come into action, but it has now. And the lead is 10 at the three-quarter way stage. And the stats are looking a little bit more impressive now. Still very much in Aris's camp, although the rebounds actually, as they have been for the most part of the game, are Bakken's. But they won another quarter. They won the second marginally. They won that far more convincingly. Only 22 points in that quarter compared to the last one, which had 51. Yeah, Joe. No, I thought our cameraman was taken out. Now we know he definitely was. Those boys need danger money, definitely. Sometimes got 2 meters 10, 2 meters 18 of basketball player coming at you full pelt, and no real protection. So, stats at the moment, Marble leading all scorers. In fact, now we have 2 on 14. Akun, Purcell and Marble both on 14. Rebounds pretty similar now. Simpstack and Diouf, 8 to 7. In fact, Diouf's got a few more rebounds. And the assists, well, Xanthopoulos with 4, leading all of those scorers in the game. 2 for Darboe, the best registered so far for the Danish team. Underway in the 4th. That's going to be another travel violation. Quite a few. Kessel taking the extra step this time. So they've got it down to manageable proportions, the lead now. Can they find a way through? Can they stop, more importantly, Aris scoring at the other end? Can they stop this man, Marble? Not scored for a while, to be fair. Dragicevic for 3. In and out. Benjamin really has been the fulcrum, and he gets fouled on the way to the hoop, so that will be another foul, but see, not a shooting foul. Good foul take, actually, because he was racing to the hoop. Benjamin. Kessel. Kessel twists, turns back out now for the three-point attempt, which falls from Nikolai Iversen. Down to 7. Now we have a game. Now we most definitely have a game. Only 7 points between them. Is at 20 at its highest and its zenith for the home team, but we're back to a 7-point ball game. Different story now. Mortos, their captain, who's going to get the rebound. Rebound eventually claimed by Bakken. And yeah, yes, you can't do that. Surprised the referee needs to explain that to him, to be honest, but there you go. Benjamin didn't think he'd done anything wrong. Don't see that call made very often, but we do on this stage, so I think we're going to have timeout. So let's see what the coaches are saying.
Give us every pull-up, you understand? You have to make hesitation steps and make it, and go for offensive rebound. Okay, now next offense, we go to side, but listen, I want you back. After the down pick over here, we make the pick and pop, and I want you to see back inside, you understand? Huh? On the pick and pop, back, you set the down pick, right? Then you move to the opposite low post. You make a pick and pop over here. We pass him the ball. See, you know, here, back, and then go to the next, all right? Okay, guys? Let's go. Guys, defense, let's go. Bame, Ella.
Well, whenever you get to single digits, it's a different game altogether. But Kristoffersson on 4 is a worry. They don't have their big man inside. They're going to have to risk him now, I think. He's back out there on 4 fouls, just has to make sure he doesn't get into any more foul trouble, because he'll be done for the night. 7 points now, with still a long time to go in this game. Marble, Dragicevic, Cummings. No obvious route to net yet. Maybe there will be with Dragicevic. No, another steal, another turnover for the men in blue, and this should be 2, not taken by Kristoffersson. That's what he's there for, to put those home. Hasn't had too many chances like that. Best one he's really had in the game. Must be careful not to foul, as Marble scores another 2. Takes him out on his own in terms of leading scorers now. 16 for the home team, the lead back up to 9. Gessel. Can't waste time, they need to get some shots in, and you think early in the 24-second shot clock. Kristoffersson. Come back out to him, that's going to come back out to Gessel. It's going to go baseline, try and just roll it in for 2, but isn't able to do so, and these chances are going a-begging. Cummings, Dragicevic, Marble, so deadly from 3-point range, and foul committed by Marble, I think. Has he given the foul? No, it's just ball out of bounds. Iverson gets it back in play. Gessel. Do with somebody scoring from outside, getting 3 points, really putting him back in range here. Lerche did score a couple of 3s, so maybe he'll be the man. Certainly looking for it. They're going to have to drive through the centre and take the ball with them, of course, which is what he didn't manage to do. It's a very important element of this game. Take the ball with you, or else you can't do much. Great rejection. Really good work. They're working so hard here now. Benjamin going to go coast to coast if he can. Can't yet. They look for the 3-pointer. Back inside. Here comes the short 2. That's in. Mike Gessel for 2. Lead is 7. And the crowd have gone a little bit quiet, because this is quite a good run at the moment. Take the first quarter out of it, and it's been an incredibly competitive game, but first quarter really undoing them. 31-14, 17-point disadvantage on the first, and they're getting all the rebounds now too, which is key. Still reckon they'll need a couple of outsides to just help them a bit. And certainly what they're looking for is, so they're going to have to go baseline, flip it back out for Benjamin again. He's doing all the tidying up. He's going to go for the 3. Thought about it, came back out. It's a long 3, and would have been not a high percentage shot, to be honest. Cummings go into territory of around 5.5 minutes. Dragicevic, twist and turns. Who's got the shot? Here comes the shot. It's going to be another rebound for Blue. And .525. If there's going to be some more words spoken by the coaches. Got to put his key players on now. They've all got to be out there for the Bakken Bears. So, leading scorer Akun Purcell. Leading scorer as far as that side's concerned. Anyway, ooh, just kept it in play. Gessel. Good drive, good finger roll, gets a second chance, gets smothered out of it, going to get a second chance again, third chance, fourth chance, outside three-pointer. Not going to happen yet for Lurker. Lurker's going to have to work his way inside. That's not going to fall. That one is, though. That is persistence if ever you wanted it from Dwayne Benjamin. Probably got a touch on that about 4 or 5 times, but eventually there had to be a chance he'd get another look at it, and he did. And now we're back to a 5-point ball game, and there is still 4 minutes and 35, more than that, to go now. We're going to go to the corner looking for 3. That's going to be a foul. Or was he stepped outside? No, there's the foul. Foul's on Akun Purcell. Four for him, so he has to be careful now. Joins Chris Christopherson on 4 fouls. Shot clock reset to 14, of course, now. Mortos. No way through. He's going to have to think about taking this on himself, I think, now. And he does. Turning around. Rebound so obvious that was never going to drop. There's just a whole clutch of Blues waiting for it. And again, they can't make it count. The amount of chances they've had to score 2, and they're going to regret that, because at the other end, Devon Marble goes to 18, puts that lead back up again, and that could have been so different. 2 at the other end, and it would have been a 3-point ball game. 2 at the other end makes it a 7-point ball game. They really, having done all the hard work, should have had to do something with that. Lurker. See if he can keep up with 3. Will just work his way inside for 2, but he's got 2 players around him. That one's hovering and then wobbles in the hoop and then falls back out to safety. Xanthopoulos. Mortos, the foul is committed. Foul by Lurker. Deconstruct this game, as I'm sure they will do. We'll hear from the coaches in a moment, so I won't say too much, but they'll be looking back at that first quarter every single time. 31-14.
Hey guys, we only got one page, and that's we run. Yeah. Okay? Keep running. We almost have the rebound, we almost have the layup. That's our game here. Now we get a little stuck in the one-on-one here. Okay, we're a little stuck on that one here. Now, here on offense here, I got it. Here on offense here, we wanna go horns, but we're gonna change it a bit. So you're here, and Mish is here, and Mike's here. Okay? So when Mike goes off, Devon here. Okay? Mish is gonna get a back pick from this guy here. Okay? Get a back pick here. Hey, go!
Well, sounds like they still believe, and why wouldn't they? Still enough time in the game to turn this around. 18 points to Marble, 14 to Akun Purcell, leading scorers in the game. And 3.5 minutes to go, still plenty of time. Next basket could be crucial. There's a foul. If that's Akun Purcell. No, actually, he didn't get the foul. It's actually, or did he? That's 5. Yes, he did. So Akun Purcell's gone. 5 fouls for Akun Purcell, who trudges off. very soft foul to give, to be honest. So he's done for the day. That means that Sylvester Berg, who's actually done very well in this game so far, has a chance to show what he can do. He's been good at scoring points, and they need that right now. That will be end line. They thought he got fouled. It's Zaras, but no, not the case. Berg kept in very close proximity. Not a foul this time. 6 seconds, they need something. They've got something. Got the 2 they needed from Theodoros Zaras. And the lead extends to 9. Gessel, they don't have time. They need to make sure they're scoring fairly early in these shot clocks now, surely. That one does find its range from Gessel. And it's 70-63. Of course, the other end, they'll be trying to use as much of the clock up as they can. And if they've got the ball, it's not going to happen the other way. Oh, that dribbled in. That's a dagger to the heart when that happens, isn't it? It doesn't look like it's going to drop, and it just kind of climbs its way in. Gessel. Should have tried more from 3-point range. It's a longish 2. He'll get a chance again. Now here's the 3-pointer, way left, and will be claimed by Eric Buckner. Anthopoulos back towards halfway. Can take his time. The shot clock already gone. Zaras. Running it right down to the last few seconds, and why not? It's understandable. Oh, and even then it drops. That's 2 now, fairly, well, shall we say, spawny baskets he's got, but it doesn't matter. 4 very valuable points, and every time Back and Bears threaten to get close, this happens. Not quite sure it's exactly what he'd intended, but it found its way in, it climbed its way in for 2 more. And he's having some very valuable points here. Zaras goes to 11. 11 points in the game. Marble 18. Given it as a 3. They've obviously just had a look back at the video, and what was a 2 has now been improved upon from their point of view to a 3. And we're back up into double figures again. It's quite unkind and quite harsh, I think, on the Danes. We're still working every nerve and every sinew to try and get themselves back within range, but they're a bit too far away now. Surely Gessel gets fouled by Zaras. Encouragement though for game number 3 for the Danes here, to show that they can keep it close, but they can't give those kind of balls up, and that's going to be 2 from the line to come for Eric Buckner. And a foul on Mike Gessel. Yep, so as they will analyse everything from this game for when they go into match day 3 and just think, do you know what, we're not too far away. Pretty closer this week than they were last week, to be honest. Free throws are plenty missed on both sides tonight. Let's take into account they scored 31 in the first quarter, did Aris. We're nearly at the end of the game. Nowhere near that in the 3/4 sense. 25 and then 8. That'll take it now to 14 in this. To work his way inside for the long 2. Rebound again, falling to the grateful clutches of the men in yellow. In this case, it's Anthopoulos. Marble. Will drive, and keep driving. Lurker just control for a moment, but then got it all back. And will that be popped in for 2? No, they'll look maybe for the 3 option this time with Gessel. They're going to have to go for 3 because time's running out on the shot clock. And that's in, it's out, and it's not going to find its way to anybody with a Bakken shirt. Jenkins, let's slow it all down now. The win is secured. We might as well take some time, look for a 3-point attempt. Not only an attempt, a conversion from Theodoros Zaras. He's really adding to his stats at a rapid rate of knots now. He's gone to, I think, 16 with that. Just waiting for the confirmation, but I think he's got 16. That's only 2 behind Marble. Leading scorer, and here's a nice bonus 2, possibly for Xanthopoulos. Doesn't decide to take it. They'll just work it around. They've got their last shot clock probably, and that will drop for 2, and they'll get the bonus. And the lead will be getting up towards what it was at its height. So it could have been down to 3 not so long ago. Now up to 18. For Marble, 17 for Zaras now. One more for Marble, and he goes to 20. Can make something of this last offence, and maybe not. So we'll just eat that clock down. See, game clock, shot clock, identical now. There's the foul from Xanthopoulos. See, we get a basket to end things, maybe a 3-pointer to end things. Yep, that's what we get from Solitz. And at the other end, that one doesn't quite find its intended target. And we are done and dusted in what actually turned out to be quite a captivating second half. Looked like it was going to be a fairly one-sided affair between Aris and Bakken Bears, certainly at half-time. Certainly in the first quarter, 31-14, and then just signs of a Danish revival in the second quarter. They won the third 14-8. They lost the third 18-12, and that probably does show the gap, the chasm perhaps between the two. But at times, certainly when they threatened to get down to single figures and down to 3 at one stage, the Danes were very much in it. So they'll have hopes, though they've lost their first 2. There's still possibilities they could respond and get their form together, because there's certainly elements of things that worked well today. Marble leading all scorers 21 in the end. Akun Purcell, who fouled out, with 14 points for the away side. So 2 wins, back-to-back wins. Aris beating Helios Suns last week. This week they've beaten Bakken Bears by 82 points to 66. Stats improved, certainly as far as Bakken's concerned. Those 3 points were down at 13% at one stage, 6 for 20 in the end, 8 for 19 for the home side. They won the battle of the boards in terms of rebounds, 49-39, but other than that, it wasn't quite so impressive further down. 82-66, and Greeks will move on. Another size of a win. Remember last time round they won it by 8. This week they won it by 16, so they will see themselves going in the right direction. Bakken at times certainly produce a lot of very good things, and just too many layups they missed, too many twos. Take those into account, also the free throws as well. The leading scorers, Berg with 9, Benjamin with 9. Zaras really came with a charge in terms of scoring in the second half, went to 17, but it's Marble who led all scoring with 21. Now we're going to review some of the highlights of, well, actually say, turned out to be a very enthralling game. Just wondered just how much was left in the locker, how much depth there was in the Danish team. And of course, they had two very key players foul out before the end, well before the end in the end. Chris Christopherson went, their leading scorer, Akun Basel, went too, missing the biggest man on the court and also their top scorer on the court for the last few minutes. So that definitely had an impact. They had to play the depth of their bench. I mean, just too many easy layups missed. Just too many cast iron buckets, if you like, which would have given them a much closer look at the scoreline. See some of the highlights of the Danish play here, though. And there's one of their three-pointers from Iversen. Because a Denver Marble who was drafted by Denver Nuggets and then went into the Orlando Magic organization. It shows how the kind of talent there is that's kind of eventually overlooked by the NBA, but he was their star man tonight. Gotta say, for me, Dwayne Benjamin was the real star, because he was working so hard to just make things happen. Every lost cause was not a lost cause for him. Just kept rebounding and rebounding and hoping he could get something. But there's Marble, just doing it from every range, from three-point range and two-point range, and there's Zaras with a few from him. And that was the that was the one that ultimately was given us 3. Bears will have Monaco next week and Aris Naha. Hope you've enjoyed the action.